Hi friends, I am Yashwant Kanetkar and today we plan to understand how function calls can be made in the inheritance chain. Best way to understand this would be through a program. So let me straightway begin with a program. Suppose we have a class A containing maybe a function f1, so public void f1 containing, for want of a better message, I would say system.out.println a.f1, indicating that we are into a method f1 belonging to a class A. I would also have one more method f2 within which we print out a.f2. Then put the closing brace of class A. So two methods f1 and f2 within class A. And then what I do is I inherit a new class B from the existing class A. And within this, what I would do is I would define a method f2 in which we print out b.f2 and a method f3 in which we print out b.f3. We will also have one more method f4 which prints out b.f4. And then we would try to invoke these methods from main. To do that, let's create a public class sample containing main, public static void main string args, and inside this main, first thing that I would do is I would create a object of the class B by saying bz equal to new B. And using this z, now I would try to call the methods. First one would be a call to f1 by saying z.f1. Similarly, I would make a call to z.f2, then z.f3 and z.f4. Fine. What is important for us to find out is which method gets called when we make these calls. So let's identify that. I would try to write down the output that we get while executing the program. When I say z.f1, z is an object of class B. So this function f1 is bound to get searched in class B. It is not found anywhere in class B because B contains f2, f3 and f4. Hence, control now goes to the class A and there the search gets successful. That is what is the purpose of the inheritance. Firstly, the function would be searched in the derived class B, and since it is not found there, the search will be extended to the base class A, and here f1 is indeed found. That is why a.f1 is bound to get printed out. So in the output, we will get a.f1 printed out. Let's look at the second call now. When I do this z.f2, again f2 will be searched firstly in the class B. But this time the search is successful because f2 is indeed present in class B. Hence it will get executed. b.f2 is what would get printed out. Then I make the third call, that is z.f3. When I do that, again function f3 would be searched in the class B. It is indeed found here, hence it will get executed from here, resulting into the output b.f3. And when I say z.f4, again f4 will be searched in class B. It is found here, so it is executed from here. But in the output, we not only want b.f4, we also want a.f2 to get printed out. For that to happen, this message will be printed the moment f4 gets executed. But here we need to do something to ensure that a.f2 also gets printed out. Now where is a.f2? Well, it's present here. Means from here I need to make a call to this particular function. If that has to happen, then I need to say super.f2. The moment I do super.f2, it would go to the base class. If I just say f2, in that case it would land the control here. I don't want it to reach f2 of B, I want it to reach f2 of base class, and I can ensure that by saying super.f2. So basically we came across 4 cases if you notice carefully. First is we now know that through the inheritance chain, we would be able to use the existing functionality as it is. That is what happened in case of the function f1. It was there in the base class, we used it from the base class. So we basically made use of the existing functionality. Second purpose that the inheritance serves is it lets you override the existing functionality. If you look at f2 was there in the base class, we didn't want that functionality, so we could override, we could shadow it out by defining a new f2 in the derived class. So existing functionality can also be overridden by using inheritance. Thirdly, if I want, I can provide a brand new functionality. Case in point here is the function f3. It was not there in the base class, but we implemented it only in the derived class. That was brand new functionality. And if we so desire, we can also have a combination of existing and new. f4 was that case. We called f4, but f4 internally called f2 of the base class. So that combination of old and the new. So these four very important purposes would be served by the inheritance chain. That is why inheritance is so popularly used in Java programs. Because in any program of reasonable complexity, you would be required to make use of inheritance. And while doing so, these four options are available at your disposal. You can decide which one of these are to be used depending upon their relevance for your particular problem. That is all. Goodbye, good luck, and thank you.